Okay, I just started a session and I actually was recording the video from the beginning and um, it crashed, and so I decided I would continue continue on and start a video from where it crashed, which is right here. I'm not going to put up the other video, but basically I started off on 16 and 21, took a coup. It hit very late in the progression. It was like 80, it was at the 42 part or 43 part. It was deep, and after I took a coup, so then I dropped down to 31 to 36, and all three of these, 25 to 30, 28 to 33, and 31 to 36, were all the top numbers, and everything else was lower. And I'm in the middle of a progression. Right now, now we can see 7 to 12 is, there's a lot of fluidity in the beginning, so that's what we're dealing with right now. And I'm in the middle of this progression, so I'm going to continue. I've already completed 9 spins on this selection, and it's pretty clear we're probably not going to be able to stay here. So anyway, here goes. Continuing onward, we've logged number 7. Yeah, here goes. Okay. Number 5. Okay. 6. Yeah, betting only 1 unit because I already took 3 coups, so I'm back on the sun deck. Here we go. Okay. Yep, 7 to 12 is taken off. So 7. Okay. Number 8. All right, there we go. And 566.47. All right, well, clearly we are now in 7 to 12. And all right, and we have no competition. But then it's still very early because this is pretty close. All of these are close. But once again, it's early, so I'm now going to bet a single unit. Our STR performance is 4. I can't very well be hampered by the competition here this early. But if we take a look at its neighbors and one over to the right, let's see, we can see only 3 here. We can see only 3 here, and here we have 4. So 16 to 21 is the major opposition, or I'm sorry, 13 to 18 is the major opposition. This is the number that's going to cause us to drop off. If it does, that's most likely. So anyway, I'm going to continue on, however, and bidding half a unit. So here we go, sun deck. Alrighty. So okay, then this is typically what happens in a new session. King of the Hill will be chosen, and it starts hitting, and that's the only way it can be King of the Hill. So, we'll see. It's still very fluid, but we're pulling away. So always check the DSA, and we're now at 5. So 5 STR. So continuing with a half a unit. Here we go. There we go. All right. So this is what a King of the Hill does. This is King of the Hill behavior, and that's what we're looking for. And if it's not the King of the Hill, then we don't want to be on it. That's the key. It's kind of amazing. It's a different way of thinking. It really is. I was trapped for so long thinking about cold numbers, about thinking weird things like if a number hits a lot, it's time to leave because it's gonna fail. That's how I was playing for like a really long time. This is so much better. Just saying. And thanks a lot to Renaud for pointing that out to me, that I was doing that, and he really went out of his way to try to help me, so I appreciate that. And let's take a look, of course, at the DSA, and we're still at 5. So okay, so obviously continuing here at half a unit. Okay, and what we're looking for is king of the hill behavior, and that means hits within or close to expectation. Okay, so now we're doubling. Okay, and here comes expectation. Okay, we didn't get it. So if this is king of the hill, we expect a hit very soon. Okay. See how fast we get it. Alright, that's not bad. That is king of the hill behavior. That's a yellow hit, and it was very early. We didn't even hit the march, and so enter the high score. Okay, and take a look at the DSA, and look at that. Now we're at 6. So I'm going to now raise to a full unit and continue. I've never seen a 6er fail on the king of the hill yet, not yet. And I've never seen a 6er fail on any selection. Now I haven't been hunting them or checking much lately. The reason is because the charting software, I need to do an overhaul on that puppy, because you eventually, what happens is you get too much data. It has too wide of a range to fit on the screen, and so what I need to do to fix that is only track. Oh boy, I have to think about that, because I'd like to be able to scroll back and look at all the data, but I need to only, oh that's it, I need to only calculate the high and lows from the last 667 spins, or whatever the number is, 629 or something, and that fits in the screen. But I need to calculate the high and low from that. I was calculating the high and low from the entire session, so when you get like 2,000 spins, the formula just fails to work, because the high is too high and the low is too low to display. The high is it's just too much. So I need to fix that, and then once I fix that, I can then implement a scroll feature where we can scroll the chart back to the very beginning of the history of the number, and then we can see all the PLEs when they occurred. We can see what the STR figures were for that PLE, and really like track the 6s and the 5s, because 5s will fail, but I've never seen it happen on King of the Hill. But 5s will fail throughout the board, but I've just not yet seen a 6 fail. So this is why I'm betting a full unit here, because we're clearly at 6. There's 6 numbers that have come in. Okay, they're all active, so that's why. So here we go, King of the Hill, full unit. And of course, in this situation, I expect to hit very fast. Okay, doubling. Okay, here's expectation. Alright, and let's see how fast we get a hit. Well, that's fast. Okay, and 566.59. And let's see. Okay, well obviously that was a little too slow though. It's fast, but not within expectation, and therefore we fell off. And okay, so what this means is that this is not like a major updraft. Okay, it's an updraft, but it's not a major one. So we're going to drop back down to half a unit, and that's how I do that. And of course we're going to continue. I mean, clearly dominating the rest of the board. It's still extremely early, so things have not yet solidified. We're not clear on everything yet. It's too early. So half a unit. Here we go. All right. And 566.60. And let's see. All right, so this is still bettable. Question is, where is our competition? Just so we can look and we can see that we don't really have any per se. I mean, obviously 4 to 9 and 28 to 33 are, but I mean it's early, so I'm not really holding these in high esteem. But 13 would be objectively the queen of the hill. So let's just take a look at 16 to 21 and see what it looks like. And okay, so we see there's 4. Okay, and we have, obviously our selection also has 4. So normally I wouldn't be betting, but it's so early that I am going to at half a unit. And this is the worst statistical picture that I'll actually bet is when there are 4 numbers. That's 4 active numbers. I will leave 1 slot open on each street. That's the most I'll do. So, and so number, in other words, I'll allow for 2 sleepers total in the selection. There's got to be 4 active numbers, otherwise I don't bet. That's it. So here we go, half a unit. Number 17. Yep, and there it is. I think that's like I forgot, but no, obviously that is correct. That's our enemy. So okay, so we see that, and we keep going. All right. All right, that was a good hit. Let me take a look here. And see where we are. All right, we're still at 4. Okay, and obviously 16 to 21. 16 to 21 is, how is it doing? Let's see right here. All right, let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So here's 3. One second. I think there might be something going on in the house that I'm not aware of. One moment. Okay. So anyway, all that's taken care of, I hope. So anyway, yeah, what were we looking at? 16 to 21, were we? That only has 3 now, and so that actually dropped off. Whereas our selection has 4. So that is a bettable situation no matter what. I'm always going to bet that because, in other words, we're discounting these 4s as being anything, which I think is good. And then we're taking what we know is the queen of the hill, and we're comparing and actually seeing that it's only has 3 numbers and we have 4. So therefore, we're always going to bet that, no matter what. It doesn't matter. So just a queen, a king, and the queen. So all right, and we're going to go half a unit again, and here we go. This is the standard pattern, if you will. And okay, so now we're going to double. Alright, here's expectation. Excellent. That's how King of the Hill behaves. Hits with an expectation multiple times. So 566.66. Okay. And yet we see 16 to 21 creeping up. And let's take a look. Okay, now we're lopsided. Okay, I'm going to start following the rules. Okay, and let's go on over. And we see 4. See, and it's not lopsided. It only has one opening. That's not lopsided. That's balanced. So at this point, I'm going to start following the rules, and I'm going to go into the shelter and see what happens. Because again, the goal is that now we have a Queen of the Hill that is actually approaching. And I have now a weak selection because of these two slots on this street are open, not active. Yeah, they're recent, but I don't bet that. The King of the Hill is going to provide plenty of opportunity where it's a balanced situation. So I don't need to rely upon one street. That's the way I look at it. I think it makes a difference because roulette is choosing a geographical area, a single geographical area, to provide more hits more frequently and less gaps in one area on the board. That's always going to be like that. That's a statistical necessity because we have a closed circuit. We only have so many numbers to work with. Therefore, the law of the third, which will always produce repeaters, almost always. I mean, you can get 0 repeaters in 37 spins, okay, but it's a once in a lifetime event. So we can pretty much say, practically speaking, that it's going to produce repeaters, and it will always choose one area. It has to choose one area of the board that a group of 6 on 2 adjacent streets that will do better than everything else. And so therefore, because of that, let me clear that out. Because geographically it is doing that, it makes sense to me to say, look, these two right here, this is part of the whole statistical picture that is missing. There's no balance on this. There's an over-reliance on one street. I consider that a weakness, a statistical weakness, because geography is involved in the law of the third. I've never heard anyone say that before, but I'm saying it. Geography is part of the law of the third. Okay, so here we go. 7 to 12, we're going to go from the shelter. Okay, and I want to deal with what reality is. Reality is now that we have a very strong selection. So 7 to 12. So now I'm going to go to 1 unit and start betting. And I may change that one day, but because I've never seen a 4 fail on King of the Hill. Let me see, is that right? I believe that's right. As long as I've been tracking STR numbers, I've never seen a 4 fail on a King of the Hill. Not on the... No, I haven't. Because I would have had a PLE, and I haven't had a PLE. So so far a 4 has not failed. A balanced 4 has not failed on the King of the Hill, and 5s certainly not, and not 6s. So 4, 5, and 6 so far I haven't seen a failure on King of the Hill. Oh, look, it came up, but see, internally we have a 5. That's all that matters. So here we go. We've already logged our 16, and here we go. Yeah, we can see it's hit. Okay. Well, this is a takeover, and um, I'm not concerned because we have a 5 STR. So here we go. 6-2. That was expectation. All right. And here we go. See how fast we get it if we're king of the hill. There we go. All right. And 566.70. Now this is where the STR numbers are keeping us safe, even though there's a neighbor that's very close. Okay, I mean not neighbor, Queen of the Hill. I mean I'm pointing with my finger. Queen of the Hill. That's very close. The STR numbers are actually saving us because they're telling us if there's dispersion or not. Okay, and clearly we have focus. We don't have dispersion. We have focus. Okay, and let's just take a look just for fun because I'm going to bet this no matter what. If there's a 5 active numbers, I'm betting. Um, but anyway, let's take a look at 16 to 21 and see how it's doing. Yeah, also 5 numbers. Okay, well, that's why they're so close. And the wheel's going to choose one of them. Now, this means that I'm expecting that they both will not fail, but technically this is the Queen of the Hill. So, the only thing I know for sure is that I've not seen a King of the Hill fail at 4 or better. And now we have 5, so I'm gonna keep on regardless of this because of the internal 5. That's why. So here we go. 33, 33, 31. Okay, now we're getting some dispersion. And keep going. 19. Alright, and now we have a first progression loss. And it's right here. Alright. Yep, this is some dispersion going on here. So we gotta watch this. Right. And we've recorded 19, so we're gonna keep going. 0. Alright, here is doubling. Alright, cool. Now 566.75. Alright. Now this is interesting. Okay. Yep. Anyway, let's check our DSA. 6. Well, I'm simply gonna bet a full unit. I've never seen a 6 fail on the King of the Hill. I've never seen a 6 fail anywhere. So I need to fix the charting. Absolutely need to. Okay, so here we go. Full unit. I expect a nice updraft here. Quick hit. That is typically what I see. But the thing is, a 6 will fall off eventually, right? I mean, even when it's very positive, it has to fall off eventually. So let's just see how this one works. Here comes expectation. Okay. Let's see how fast we get a hit. There we go. Wow. Okay. So, what has happened? Well, our internal 6 came in, but we were overtaken as king of the hill. So this is under control. This is not approaching. However, this number does appear to be rising. The new King of the Hill is 16 to 21, so we're definitely going to switch to it, but let's see what it looks like. Okay, and it's a 6er, and our current selection is a 5er. Up 4. It only has 4, so clearly on 16 to 21, that's our choice, and we're going to be betting a full unit. So here it goes. I expect to hit fast. 3. Okay. 4. Shucks. Okay, where were we? We were on 7 to 12, so we got a hit here. So we've bet 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Now here comes bet number 4. We're having an advantage of 1 bet. But anyway, this is bet number 4. Here we go. Okay. And that was bet number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Here comes bet number 5. Full unit. Okay. Oh, see, and it goes back and forth. I've seen that so many times, and that's why I don't switch in the middle of progressions, because you can drive yourself nuts. And I don't want to do that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is now double, and I am going to be betting 4 times. I can't believe I'm like forgetting the progression right now. Pretty sure it's 3 times, and then it goes 2 times. I can't believe I have to do this. I'm having a difficult day, I mean, as far as that goes. But I'm checking right now, and it is 3 times. So we're going to go 3 times at 2 units, okay, on 16 and 21. So here's the first bet. Okay. Here's the second bet. Okay. And here's the third bet. Okay. Now we're going to raise up to 3 units. And we're going to bet twice. Here's the first bet. And here's the second bet. Okay. Alright, so now we just did that. So now we're going to march. Here's 4 on the march. 23. Okay. 5 on the march. Okay. Active 0. We've got 6 on the march. 7 on the march. Okay. And now we're going to go 8 on the march. Alright. So now we need to bet 20. So that's going to be, we're going to bet 3 times at 4 chips additional. So here we go. Here's 1. Okay. Here's 2. 22. Okay, and here's 3. Alrighty. Okay, so things looking grim here. And let's see. We just did our 3s, so now we'd be at 17, so we're going to go 34. Okay, so here we go. 10. Alright, and then let's see, from there I don't know, so 21. Okay, so 21 is going to be 42, obviously, so here we go. Okay. And then, sorry about this, it's going to be 25, so that'll be 50. Okay. 16 to 21, here we go. We're betting a full unit, that's right. Okay. 7 to 12, there it is. taken off on us. This is again battles between King of the Hill, Queen of the Hill, but this had an internal 6. Never seen it fail for King of the Hill. And so anyway, we're gonna go back now, and we're gonna continue with the next bet. We're at 50, so now we're gonna go 60. So that's right here. Here we go. Okay. And next, going with the next bet, and that's going to be 72. Okay. Here goes. Alright. Now we're going to go, it's going to indicate a failure, progression failure, but we're not going to experience it at that time. Not yet, but anyway, it's going to soon. So we're at 36. Now we're going to go to 43, which will be 86. Okay, and so that's okay. 86. Here we go. All right. Wow. Okay, so this will be where the progression failure is going to occur for the system, and this is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm glad I got it on video. Now let's see, 86 is where we're at, so that's 34. So then no, 86 is 43. That's right. So 43. So now we're going to go 104. Okay. All right. So 16 to 21. Here we go. All right. There. It's saying it's a PLE. And the system did have a PLE. We didn't, because we were on another number when it happened. So anyway, we need to continue betting, and let's see here. That was 104, so now we need to go with 124. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I think this is the last bet. Yep. Alright, so we're going to be at 148. Okay, so here we go. That was an amazing move. I've never seen a move like this before, so far. And this is an example of where roulette can crush us. So, you know, this is why we have to prepare for it. And so, okay, this is the last spin. Let's see if it hits. Amazing. It's very interesting. I'm just thinking about it statistically. I'm just thinking about what the impact of that I saw an internal 6 fail with the system, but it wasn't when I was actually on it. I mean, it was I mean, clearly it can happen. I mean, certainly. I never was trying to say it was impossible. I was just saying that it was, I mean, I've experienced it to be extremely rare. Extremely rare. Never seen before. And obviously we don't want to be on this double street, okay? That's very, very clear. And we now have a King of the Hill. Okay, and let's take a look at it. Number 7 to 12. And okay, it's unbettable at this point. Alright, so for it to be, I want to declare it as King of the Hill here. I'm gonna wait for it to come back, because that's what King of the Hill does. So let's keep going. 20. Alright, all-time high 566.79. Okay, and let's take a look. Okay, it hasn't come back yet, so I'm going to keep spinning. Okay. Is it back yet? And it's hanging. It's hanging, so I'm going to continue on from the shelter. Okay, it's going to still be hanging, so we're going to continue. Okay. Still waiting for it to come back. Number 9. Okay. Still hanging. We got 2 sleepers got to come in. And that's what I'm waiting for. I don't care how many hits I have to miss in order to get it. Because I believe in I'm going to call it right here, the geography of law of the third. That's what I'm calling it. And I believe in it. So that's why I think this is significant. Am I wrong? Could be. But it makes sense to me. And so far, so good. So here we go. This is clearly showing King of the Hill dominance. I mean, it's clear, but I'm going to wait for it to come back fully bettable. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and there we are. We have now achieved our King of the Hill, and this is the pattern, folks. This is King of the Hill, this is Queen of the Hill, and there is no competition. Everything else is in the dust. Okay. Yep, because look at the difference here. I mean, it's like 55. That's, barely within range. This is like the farthest range that you can have, and we're pretty early. I mean, I suppose we should have concern here, right? And we can always check to see how they're doing, but this is the very far reaches of the spectrum. And, this is obviously Queen of the Hill, there's no doubt, and a weak one at that. So we probably, I don't know, we'll see. It's plagued by PLEs. But this is clearly King of the Hill. The pattern's being followed. It's been demonstrated once again in a new session. And commenting about that move with a conflict. Well, for one, it shows the danger of when we're close, when the numbers are close. Because if you remember, you can rewind the video and see we were very, very close. I mean, extremely close. And and that's when this event occurred, when the move occurred. Now, obviously, the queen. This was the King of the Hill at the time. That's right, and this was the King of the Hill, and it had an internal 6, and this was very close. And I've been pretty much holding to the fact that an internal 6 and an internal 5 with King of the Hill is not going to fall. Okay, and this was a demonstration where it can. I've never seen it before. Okay, and I mean, the truth is, I didn't get to experience the PLE. It came in on the last bet. I mean, it doesn't count for so much. But so far, I mean, it's showing itself to be rare. I've never seen it before. I've never seen a 6er fail. I've done a bunch of them, But anyway, it was interesting to have it on video, and I'm sure I'll be thinking more about it because I have documented it. So anyway, we've got King of the Hill. The pattern showed itself again, and thanks for watching.